He didn't leave clues. He didn't seek fame. He planned years in advance and vanished like a shadow. This is the story of Israel Keyes, one of the most methodical and terrifying serial offenders in modern history. He was a phantom who stalked the United States for years, striking seemingly at random, always leaving investigators baffled. But before we begin, remember, some of these crimes are so disturbing that they'll be hidden from plain sight. So viewer discretion is advised. A man who blended in. He buried them in spots he had carefully chosen, returning to them months or even years later to use them, leaving no trace of his gruesome activities behind. Imagine a regular guy running a construction company, a man who smiled at his neighbors, a father to his little girl. That was Israel Keyes. No one suspected he was hiding something cold. But there was more to Keyes than met the eye. You see, he didn't act on impulse. He was a planner, a meticulous one. In the hidden compartments of his mind, he had stashed secrets so dark they would make your blood run cold. He described traveling the country, choosing victims randomly, and never operating close to home. His method was always the same. He abducted 19-year-old Samantha Koenig from a coffee stand in Anchorage, Alaska. He'd use one of his buried kids to abduct his victim, then disappear. He bragged about his ability to evade authorities, claiming to have done this for years, with victims in New York, Vermont, Washington, and more. Instead, he selected them based on their proximity to him while he was on the road, and the likelihood that their disappearance wouldn't be investigated thoroughly. He spoke calmly, almost conversationally, smiling at times. It was as if he were describing a casual weekend trip instead of unspeakable horrors. He also admitted that he took trophies from some of his victims, though he never specified what these trophies were. Israel Keyes took his own life in his jail cell, leaving behind a cryptic drawing of a clock with the words, "Time to go." It was his final message, his last opportunity to taunt the world. Their deeds are best left undisturbed. But even in his victim's family, he managed to find a way to spread fear. During this time, he said he would force them to call their families, pretending to be their loved ones. But his legacy of terror lived on. He may have taken his secrets to his grave, but the fear he inspired continues to echo, all the while keeping them isolated and terrified. For days after her disappearance, they received messages from him. Messages that turned out to be his last mistake. And here's what chilled investigators to the bone. Across the nation, he had created hidden kits, some containing duct tape, gloves, and tools for his sick trade. He bided his time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. His methods were chillingly thorough. No social media, no online searches, just patience. Then in 2012, he made a critical error, an error that would lead to his capture. You see, he used her bank card, withdrawing money from tunes across multiple states, leading police to track his movements. They found him in Texas. Inside his car, they discovered more pieces of the puzzle: her card, a disguise, and one of his hidden kits. It was a smoking gun of sorts, enough to link him to the crime. He was brought back to Alaska, and that's when he started talking. When the monster spoke, he showed no remorse. He confessed to more than just one crime. He would fly into a city, rent a car, and drive thousands of miles, sometimes over 2,000 in a day. It was a chilling litany of horror. He claimed he never killed his victims, but rather held them captive, sometimes for weeks. He claimed that his victims were never his primary target. Throughout his confession, he never used names. But the monster's chilling tale came to an abrupt end before trial. He left behind more questions than answers, a shadowy figure who had haunted the country for years, striking fear into the hearts of countless families. In the end, Israel Keyes was a ghost, a specter of evil that had haunted America's sleeping towns. His kits, some were recovered, others still lie buried, waiting. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Any theories of your own? share them below. But please remember, some monsters prefer the shadows. This has been Last Words Lounge. Remember, some stories are best whispered. Some secrets are best left buried. We'll see you next time.